From the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas, 5 celebrities battle it out at the poker table. At stake, the singular wireless $250,000 prize pool. Playing in tonight's championship game are previous winners, Arrested Development's David Cross. From Sex and the City, Willie Garson. Paul Rudd. Richard Schiff. And King of Queens, Nicole Sullivan. Plus world-class poker player and expert, Phil Gordon. And your host, Kevin Pollak.
This is the game we've all been waiting for. In 5 previous episodes, each of these celebrities have knocked out the competition to earn a seat at the championship table. So tonight, we have a table of winners. That's right, all battling for the singular wireless $250,000 prize pool. First place, $100,000 to their favorite charity. That's what the winner tonight gets. Let's welcome tonight's players: David Cross, Willie Garson, Paul Rudd, Richard Schiff, and Nicole Sullivan. All right, gentlemen, there you go. All right. Well, what do we have here? Nothing but winners, I tell you. Winners all.
I have to pee.
You have to pee? Excellent. I trust that you all have the not available in any store silver chip that you got for winning each of your previous competitions.
I bet mine and lost. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Tonight, of course, you're vying for the still not available gold chip. That, of course, means your charity gets $100,000. Yes, I know. It's nerve-wracking. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
We'll try.
Just Nicole.
Yeah.
All right.
We're done.
Now, as everybody knows by now, the game we play here is Celebrity Poker Showdown is, of course, No Limit Texas Hold'em. But just so we're all caught up, take a look at this.
It's a simple game, really. Each player is dealt 2 hole cards face down, and then they bet. 3 community cards are spread face up in the middle of the table. These cards are called the flop and are common to everybody's hand. After a round of betting, 1 more common card is turned face up. This is called the turn. Everybody bets, and then 1 last common card called the river is added to the spread. There's 1 final round of betting. Then players make their best 5-card poker hand out of any combination of their 2 hole cards and the 5 in the middle of the table. Each player starts with $10,000 in chips. Every hand, the first 2 players will have to make force bets known as blinds to start the action and build the pot. At regular intervals, these blinds will increase, making the minimum bet higher and higher throughout the tournament. And while there are minimums, remember, this is no limit poker. So there are no maximums. At any time, any player can go all in and bet everything they have. Eventually, 1 player will have all the chips on the table and be declared the winner.
Joining me, of course, is a man who's been at many championship tables, poker expert Phil Gordon.
Thanks, Kevin. Pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to see how these players play tonight. I know they really want to win and not join us here in the Losers Lounge.
Yes, the lounge for the non-winners can be a tad uncomfortable, but of course we have Brandy to look after them in the fabulous gold lame. All righty, well, none of them can win, of course, until we get started. So what do you say we shuffle up and deal?
Shuffle up and deal.
Yeah.
Playing $100 and $200 blinds. The minimum raises to $400.
And look how serious they are here.
Oh, you betcha.
I mean, there is a big difference between 5th place, $7,500 for their charity, and 1st place, $100,000 for their charity. These guys really want to win.
Yeah.
Willie is first to act.
No, he's not.
Sex and the City's Willie Garson takes a pass on the first hand. Ace-10 offsuit for Paul Rudd. Seen these days on the TV show Friends.
2-600.
One of the things that raising does when you're the first person in the pot is it forces the blinds to make a decision.
Right.
All right? If you just call, that's called limping, then the blinds get to see the flop for free, and that's very, very dangerous. So you always want to come in. If you're the first person in the pot, come in for a raise and make them make a decision.
Yeah.
West Wing's Richard Schiff has seen enough. Nicole Sullivan,
I'll call.
now seen on King of Queens,
Should I put in 5?
is calling with a King 3 suited. David Cross
David
of TV's
Folds,
Arrested
2 players.
Development says no thank you.
The flop is 6 of clubs, 10 of diamonds, queen of hearts. Nicole's first.
Paul flopped a pair of 10s.
Nicole flop Bupkis.
Check.
Nicole checks.
Paul's got an automatic bet here,
Paul bets 400.
and that should be enough to win the pot.
What is she chewing on? Her thoughts, I imagine.
Nicole folds. Paul wins the pot.
Let's take a look at how Paul Rudd made it to the final table.
I got really crazy, lucky, good cards.
That's putting it mildly. Paul got fantastic cards all night, but he did know what to do with them.
Paul takes a commanding lead here on the very first hand of the tournament.
Of course, there was the occasional setback,
Coolio kicked me in the 9s.
but Paul proved that revenge could be sweet when he knocked Coolio out on the very next hand with his pair of queens.
What helped Coolio, I took all of his chips immediately.
I think he got something going with the dinner, man. I think they got some kind of hookup.
Next to face the wrath of Paul and his streak of great cards was Shannon Elizabeth, who pleaded for mercy on behalf of her charity.
Do you hate animals?
I do, actually.
But Paul ruthlessly knocked her out with 2 pairs.
I love animals. I really do.
For a while, he was neck and neck with Ron Livingston, but Lady Luck never left his side.
Paul's got a winner.
Oh, to shock, another good hand.
Then Sarah Silverman made the mistake of going all in against Paul's perfect pocket queen.
Wow.
Paul, oddly enough, gets a great hand.
With Sarah out of the picture, Paul made quick work of Ron.
He's got to make a move at this pot.
Another lucky couple of hole cards.
I'm all in.
And with Paul's good card karma, the flop was no surprise.
And that's 3 aces for Paul Rudd.
And this game's over.
Paul Rudd claims his seat at the championship table and will be looking for Lady Luck to shine down upon him one more time. David Cross looks so good in that bathrobe.
Paul is first to act.
Paul Rudd, playing for Project
folds.
ALS, which fights Lou Gehrig's disease, passes. 10-6 offsuit
Make the bet
for
400.
Richard Schiff, who's playing for
Richard
the
raises
Weingart
over
Center
400.
Association.
Nicole
Sullivan folds. She's playing for Alley Cat Allies. All right, David Cross.
David calls.
Queen 4 offsuit, playing for the National Gulf War Resource Center.
Make it 800?
Willie Garson raises,
Raises
hoping to
to
get some
800.
money for the Children's Hospital of Denver.
Call.
Richard calls.
4 to me?
12. Wait, is that right? Yeah.
David calls. 3 players.
That worked like a charm.
Flop is
Jack clubs, Jack spades, 2 of diamonds, pair of jacks helps no one. Who will bet first is the question.
4.
There we go.
David
Yeah,
bet
and usually the
400.
first person to bet when the board is paired like that will take down the pot. It's very difficult for either of the other players to have a piece of that, just like in this hand.
No.
He can't
Willie
call because he doesn't have a
folds.
jack, and Richard doesn't have a
Richard
jack.
folds. David wins
And that's
the
a
pot.
very smart bet by David Cross.
Yes, indeed. And this is how the man in the robe made it to the final table. David Cross started his game by playing like a perfect gentleman.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. That's sweet.
Then he lost the first few hands and got a little cranky.
I just think the lesson, what I have 7 beers last time, is have 7 beers.
Then he lost the next few hands.
It's no secret I have very little money. Let's be honest, I think America wants me to stay in this game.
I do too.
Even his lucky yarmulke let him down.
And this doesn't work, so you.
Suddenly, David got his divine intervention, and things turned around.
All right, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah. Jesus.
He went all in, caught a lucky flush, and won the hand.
Spades. Oh, he's still in.
Yeah, look at that.
He took the direct approach with Scott's stab.
Let me ask first, what do you have?
Then he took half of Scott's chip.
I'm pretend rich again! I got lucky that Scott Stapp was a really terrible player.
He chipped away at Scott and then knocked Tom Green out of the game when his pocket sevens made a straight on the river.
Nice seeing you all this evening.
Mimi took care of Scott and Carrie, leaving her alone at the table with David.
Let's do this, Las Vegas.
David raises to 3,000.
I'm not going to make out with you. My girlfriend's right there.
I don't care.
David slowly but surely ground Mimi's stack down.
Nope.
Then finished her off with
I'm all
one of the
in.
wimpiest hands we saw, a measly pair of threes. David Cross proved to the world that a little luck and a lot of chutzpah go a long way on his road to the final championship table.
There are still 52 reasons why any one of them could win it. Let's get back to the championship table action.
Taking a look at the chip count, David Cross is in the lead with 11,400. Paul Rudd is right behind him with 10,800. Nicole, 9,400. Richard Schiff and Willie Garson are tied for fourth with 9,200. They're all jockeying for position. We're just getting started here.
Of course, to have enough chips to count, you've got to know what beats what to win a pot. So here's a refresher course from lowest to highest hand. At the bottom, when you've got no pair, no nothing, hands are ranked by the high card with an ace being the highest. Next is a pair, two cards of the same rank. The lowest pair is deuces, the highest is aces. The next best hand is two pair. The higher of the two pairs, the one that counts. For example, your jacks and threes beats my tens and nines. Beating two pairs, three of a kind, which is just what it sounds like. Three of a kind is also known as trips or a set. Next best on the list is a straight. 5 cards of any suit in sequential order, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can play an ace low, as in ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, or high, as in 10, jack, queen, king, ace. Beating a straight is a flush. 5 cards of any rank that are all in the same suit. Flushes are ranked by the highest card in the flush. So, if you had 5 hearts with an ace high, and I had 5 clubs with only a jack high, you'd take the pot. Next is a full house, which is 3 of a kind plus a pair. To beat a full house, you're looking for 4 of a kind. It's not easy to get, but when you do, chances are you'll win with it. That is, unless somebody has a straight flush. 5 cards of the same suit and in sequential order. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of spades is a straight flush. And the granddaddy of all hands is called a royal flush. That's the 5 highest cards in sequential order. 10, jack, queen, king, ace, all of the same suit. And that is as good as it gets. Now let's get back to the action.
Richard is first act.
Richard Schiff looks at pocket sixes and decides, oh yeah.
Raise 3.
Richard raises to 500. Or
Looks like he's coming in for a raise. I like coming in for a raise here. It basically limits your competition. You'll get some information based on the fact that other people still have to call a bigger bet than they would have otherwise.
Right.
Nicole folds.
Ace 8 suited for David Cross.
No.
David re-raises to 1,000.
Pocket kings for Willie Garson.
And the Cowboys are the second best starting hand in No Limit Poker.
1,400.
Okay, you have to re-raise to 15.
15,
Willie
like I said.
Willie re-raises to 1,500. Paul folds.
I'll call.
Richard Schiff isn't going anywhere
Richard's calling.
with that kind of a raise.
David calls. 3 players.
It wanted to come back.
I know. I'm very fond of him.
Dying to.
And with these 3 hands, Willie's a 55% favorite to win.
Flop is 4 of spades,
Fancy
5 of
flop.
clubs, deuce of hearts.
Now imagine you're Willie here, and you've got a great hand. You do not want to play against 2 players here.
Get one of them out.
Get one of them out.
Right.
Make a significant amount enough bet to make at least one of your opponents fold.
1,000.
And that's not quite enough. He really needed about at least 3,000.
Richard raises to 2,000.
Even though Willie is a 59% favorite to win here, he wants to take that pot down right now.
And 1.
David re-raises to 3,000.
Call.
Willie calls.
I'm calling.
Okay. Richard calls. The
8 of clubs certainly helping the David Cross factor.
1,000.
Now Richard needs a 7 or a 3 to make a straight.
I'll call it.
David calls.
I have to call.
Willie calls.
I mean, it's a Nevada state law that I have to call.
Oh, there we have it. Another 8 on the river makes 3 8s for David Cross.
Richard checked.
1,000.
David bet 1,000. Willie called. Richard calls. Let's see all 3 hands.
Willie
guys.
was a 64% favorite before that card came off. He really should have made a bigger bet on the turn, and he's going to pay the price.
David shows an ace of spades and an 8 of spades for 3 8s. He wins the pot.
Willie Garson's journey to the final table went a little something like this.
I literally played my game one hand at a time, and I basically have no memory.
Willie not only won his game, he knocked out every single player. He played loose, bet aggressively, and tried desperately to distract his opponent.
Damn, you punks!
First to go was David Schwimmer, who was the odds-on favorite to win the hand with pocket aces and a 3rd ace on the flop. David thought he had it made against Willie's flush draw.
Turn is a jack of clubs. Oh!
Willie gets his flush, and it wasn't long before he earned a new poker nickname.
The evil Willie.
Are you seeing how much I have?
Then Willie ruthlessly knocked her out.
It makes me sad.
Next to go was the coolest of them all, Don Cheadle, who prayed Willie wouldn't catch a jack to complete his straight.
Jack.
No, Jake.
Turn is a jack of spades.
Then it was a heads-up showdown between Willie and Ben. For a while, it looked like Ben would conquer.
I had unbelievable chip power for almost the entire game, and then I went down under $3,000.
I can't win.
But not even Ben could keep Evil Willie from his poker destiny.
I gotta play. I got nothing.
Turn is a 4 of diamonds. Willie now has the best hand.
I may live another day.
Willie not only lived another day, he thrived, taunting Ben as he pulled into the lead.
You little girl.
And then he finished Ben off with a pair of jacks.
Beating Ben was satisfying. He's a good player.
He took some big risks, he got some great cards, and proved to the world that Willie Garson is a gambler.
Willie wins the tournament.
My game was one of the funnest things I've ever done in my entire life.
Richard with 2 big blinds. Nicole is first to act.
Ace-9 offsuit.
Make it 4.
Nicole raises to 400.
I like her raising there.
David Cross, pocket 6s.
Good at 8.
David re-raises to 800.
Queen-10 offsuit for Willie, and he just wants to play.
Yeah, he's what's known as tilting right now after losing that pocket kings. He's just playing a little bit aggressively, more aggressively than he would have otherwise.
Man, 6-7 offsuit. Paul Rudd calls. That's interesting. Richard Schiff folds.
Richard folds.
4 to me?
Yes.
Nicole calls. 4 players.
10 of spades, 5 of diamonds, 4 of hearts.
Now Willie flopped a pair of 10s, and Paul has an open-ended straight draw. He needs a 3 or an 8 to make a straight.
Check.
Paul checked.
Nicole.
She has no pair. I don't know what she's doing.
David
says, I have a pair. What are you guys doing?
I like that raise there. Now, Willie should be pot committed here. He needs to move all in here and take his chance right here.
19. All in.
Willie re-raises to 19.
Willie Garson, who rode Lady Luck all through his previous tournament, is hoping she's there for him this time.
Now, it's tough to get Paul out here because he has the open-ended straight draw. Now, Nicole really should fold.
Nicole calls.
If I win it, it's a nice comeback because everyone can.
What is it, 9?
If he wins this pot, he's going to have about 10,000. Willie's a 51% favorite to win this hand. Paul has a 35% chance.
Middle pot. The betting will be on the side. Turn is
Oh
a
boy,
tray
three of spades makes a straight for Paul Rudd.
Look at that luck. Wow. 3 of spades made him in straight. He's got the best hand possible right now. He's going to make a big bet.
Yep.
I don't know how much that is. I'll just put that in.
Yeah, I don't know how much that is. I'll just put that in. That's a tell there.
Paul bets 39.
He's got to have a very good hand to make a play like that.
What on earth do you have?
I love that Midwestern accent.
So expensive. I gotta fold.
Nicole folds.
Let me rub my nipple for good luck. It's what I do.
That's what I did.
What is it to me?
3,900.
3,900. That seems rude. I gotta be honest. Seems rude.
Seems a little exorbitant.
Another 5.
David calls.
Jack of spades on the river helps no one.
Paul's first.
Check.
Slowed Paul down because of the flush. Yeah, there was a possibility of a flush. He checked.
Hands first.
But he's going to win a big, big pot here. There
Oh boy, is he.
Wow, that is a huge pot.
6 of hearts for
There's
a pair of
$18,000 in that pot, and Paul Rudd's going to take it down with that lucky straight.
spades and a 7 of clubs for a 7 high straight. He wins the side pot.
What was he doing in the hand?
Willie Garson's going to be eliminated, which seems almost fit considering how many bad suckouts he put on Ben Affleck in his previous episode.
And a 10 of clubs. Big hand for Willie. Paul wins the pot.
You can't continue to make calls like that and expect to get away with it
When the
forever.
flop came, I thought, what would he be doing in the hand with that straight? Where I thought, oh, someone has a straight, but why would he be in the hand with a 6-7? Right. Very good.
Gamble.
Very good. It was short.
Went out with gusto.
Willie Garson is eliminated. He was known as Evil Willie, and now it's kind of a sad sack.
Thank you.
Oh, Willie boy. Like I said. You're a champion, don't you think otherwise?
That was rough. I went for it.
Password is tilt. Come on in.
Yeah, exactly.
The lounge for non-winners. Well, here's the deal. Your charity, of course, gets $7,500. Let's start there.
Which is great.
Yes. Let's then move on to Ben Affleck in the wings right now saying, I lost to that guy.
It was.
Oh, wait, you got to laugh a little. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Now, listen. There's no question about it that you took some great chances in your original round that you won.
Yes. I took some bad chances in this round.
As it turned out.
However, when they all came in on this last one, and the 10 was the high card, and I thought, okay, there's a possible straight, but who's going to stay in with a 3-6 at this point, or a 6-7? I mean, it didn't even occur to me.
Sure.
So I was trying to work it out, and then the 2 came, and I thought, okay, maybe someone could have stayed in.
Right. But there's also the thought that if you hammer the pot like that, you'll force out the people who might be sticking around.
That was the thinking, because I had lost the first 2 hands.
The kings, right before it, you needed to hammer that pot.
Right,
and
I thought that
you got sucked out in that hand.
And I thought, I'm already down, so why don't I just go for it, and maybe I'll make it up. And then when everyone came in, I actually turned to Richard and said, well, this is a beautiful comeback if I win this hand. I mean, I still had the high pair on the hand.
Yeah, and our expert, Phil Gordon, commented on that and saying you were absolutely right. Let's go back to the table now, and Willie and I will sit here and make fun of the other players that are still there.
Hey, Robert.
Gotta go back to my good luck.
Can you use your fancy magic loud stick and get me a beer? Ask for a beer.
That's our tournament director, Robert Thompson, rustling up a beverage for David Cross.
David is first.
And David looks at an ace-2 suited.
Certainly a good enough hand to play here.
Goes for 6.
David raises to
Paul
600.
Rudd looking at 5-6 offsuit.
I'll raise.
Paul is re-raising to 1,000. Richard folds. Nicole folds.
Here we go again. Great. All right.
David calls. 2 players.
7 of clubs, 4 of hearts, queen of diamonds. Oh my goodness, Paul Rudd.
Flopped an open-ended straight again. Now he needs another 3 or an 8 to make a straight.
And he's raising, it looks like. Yep. Thinking, of course this is going to happen again, which is a very foolish assumption.
David calls.
Oh my.
There it is.
8 of clubs makes the straight on the turn for Paul Rudd. And David not knowing bets into him.
Now look at that quick look to the chips. Now he's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I have a good enough hand. Maybe
2 minutes left.
Definitely
in
a
this
tell.
round.
Raise.
And then he sits back in his chair. That is definitely a tell. That he has a very good hand, and David should pick up on that. He does. Throws his hand away, and Paul wins the pot.
Richard Schiff's trip to the final table was a comeback story filled with hats and glasses. Richard Schiff went through a multitude of changes on his road to victory.
I did a lot with hats and glasses.
All in an attempt to turn his luck around.
These side bets because I need some money. I was down a lot early. I was just looking for anything to stay in.
But all it took was a fine cigar and a lucky head rub from Allison Janney to get his game back on track.
That's going to win the pot. He survived a very, very scary flop there.
As his stack got bigger, his bets and bluffs got bolder.
Fantastic. I mean, he's gone from 5,000 in third place. Now he's got over 15,000.
The adrenaline, your heart's pumping. Who knew you would care that much? I was exhausted.
Even the audience lent a helping hand to keep Richard's luck flowing.
All in.
He definitely wins this pot with the ace-queen.
So Richard has gone from worst to first in the chip count. With Martin and Allison out of the picture, he had only John and Timothy to worry about. He took most of Timothy's chips with a little pair of 5.
Beats me.
Then John knocked out Timothy, leaving just the 2 of them to go mano a mano.
Good luck.
Luck was clearly there to stay. Richard got pocket aces, the best starting hand in Texas Hold'em.
The last hand was an easy one because I had bullets.
When John called him all in and another ace came on the turn, it was all over.
Richards won the hand with a full house.
That is unbelievable.
3 5s are not good enough, and these guys have played great poker.
Whether it was the hats, the glasses, or the cigar, the West Winger proved that you can turn your luck around and win.
Thank you.
1 minute left in this round.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And now you're embarrassing me. You don't even have pants, and you tipped her. Where'd you come up with that money?
My hole.
Well,
Paul is first at.
5 jacks suited for Paul Rudd.
Huge chip lead right now. He's got 26,900.
Is that right? Over half the chips at the table.
Paul raises to 1,000. Richard folds.
I haven't looked at my card thinking I can't stop giggling. Woo! I have no poker face.
Queen 9 offsuit.
Unless that is
I hadn't
your
even
poker
looked. I hadn't
face.
Nicole calls. David folds. 2 players. The flop is Queen of Clubs, King of Spades, Jack of Hearts.
Nicole's got a pair of queens and an inside straight draw. She needs a 10 to make a king high straight. She bets 1,500.
And Paul, who flopped a pair of jacks,
wisely takes a walk.
Wise enough.
Nice play, Paul.
Very nice laydown. Nicole Sullivan, our very own Cinderella, got to the final table by making an amazing comeback. Nicole Sullivan surprised everybody, including herself, with her win. Was she really a beginner or just pulling the wool over their eyes?
She didn't read the book.
Does it show?
It did. She started out on a losing streak.
This is how you lose. Close very slowly, painfully. I was down to $300 in chips, and then it just turned around on me.
Her outstanding comeback started when she doubled up by catching 2 pairs.
Here she comes.
Nicole takes it with her aces and queens.
Right.
She seemed unstoppable as she knocked out Hank Azaria, arguably the most experienced player at the table.
And now Nicole has a 20% chance of catching that final club to make her flush.
7 of clubs. Nicole wins.
With Hank out of the way, Nicole then took out Michael Ian Black and let Peter take care of Mo.
Can I have a group hug?
Yeah!
Then there were two. Nicole got heads up with Peter and went in for the kill.
I figured Peter out halfway through if I got a couple of his tells. No more bets, no more bets, no more bets.
She came, she drank.
Are you having fun? I am too.
She bet like a pro.
She baited him right in.
Wow. 2 pair for Nicole, 1 big pair for Peter.
You're very handsome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna call.
It's fantastic. She clawed her way all the way back from 2,800.
I'll raise all in.
Peter
And it worked. Look.
It sucked him right in.
Baited him right in.
Nicole has a 10 of hearts and a 4 of clubs. She has 10s and 4s. 2 pair. She's the winner.
Nicole's comeback kid Sullivan proved she has the poker chops to be sitting at the championship table.
Hi, I'm Nicole Sullivan. You're watching the Celebrity Poker Showdown Finals, only on Bravo.
Welcome back to the Palms in Las Vegas for more Celebrity Poker Showdown Championship action. Let's see which star is shining brightest right now.
Our chip leader right now is Paul Rudd with nearly half the chips. He has 24,900. And second is David Cross with 15,000. Nicole Sullivan is in third place with 7,700. And Richard Schiff needs some help. He's in fourth with 2,400.
Shuffle up and deal.
All right, here we go.
Lines are up to 200, 400.
Richard Schiff passes.
I'm hanging in, though.
With 2,400, he better get a move on.
Folds.
5-6 off suit for David Cross.
2,800.
David raises to 800.
Paul has ace-6 off suit.
Now, this is a dominant hand over the 5-6. He is 85% to win here.
Paul calls, 2 players. The flop
King of hearts,
is
3 of
King
spades,
hearts,
Jack of
3
clubs.
spades,
Helps no
Jack
one.
of clubs, David's first act.
4.
David bets it like it helped him.
400.
He's only 15% to win,
Paul
but he got all the way down that better hand there. David Cross drinking again. He had about 8 beers in the first episode. It's good to see him back on track.
We found out that all the winners had been the ones drinking at their game.
Is that
Turns
right?
out all the winners were tanked?
Every winner was the one at their table who was drinking the most.
It's Richard's big blind. Nicole is first to act.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Nicole folds. David folds.
Paul Rudd looks at ace-3 off suit.
Certainly a good enough hand to play against the short stack.
Raise.
Paul's raising
I like
to
that. Put some pressure on him with the
1,700.
big stack.
Ace-5 off suit. And he's going all in.
Richard has chosen his moment.
Richard re-raises all in.
He has a very dominant hand over Paul Rudd here.
Handsomely done.
700 more to Paul.
But Paul is pot committed. He's got to call the extra 700. That's exactly the right move.
Let's see both hands, gentlemen. Richard shows an ace of diamonds and a 5 of spades. Paul shows an ace of hearts and a tray of diamonds.
Richard's a huge favorite here pre-flop.
Anything could happen.
I like your kicker.
And here they come.
flop
5 of clubs,
is
4 of spades, 2 of diamonds. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's a huge suck out for Paul Rudd, and he knows it.
Flopped a straight.
Oh,
Richard
my
has
God.
He just flopped a 5 high straight. Ace 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
Richard can't believe it.
Turn is a deuce of clubs. Paul still has a straight.
need a 5 or a
Richard has
deuce.
2 pair.
And that deuce helps him. If he gets a 5 or a deuce, he'll have a full house. But no, the queen of diamonds hits the river. Richard Schiff's eliminated.
Company for Willie.
Company, thank God. At least it was quick.
Crazy, crazy. And the rich get richer. Paul Rudd just took in another
2,500 or so.
2,500.
It wasn't a significant addition, but he did eliminate another player.
Yep.
I just hugged a naked man.
All righty.
They're
Rich-
knocking the ball guys out one by one.
Let me tell
What
you
is that,
something.
some kind of
I want to
prejudice?
see David Cross out next.
Welcome.
In that case.
Have a seat here if you would.
You know what I didn't do?
What's that?
Allison gave me this hat as a backup, and I didn't use it in time.
And Allison made the difference in your game the last
What did I do?
That's a good hat.
This is the hat I should have just worn from the beginning,
Listen,
and I came out hatless.
The 2-4-5 flop. I mean, come on.
Well, he should
what
be
are you
shot
gonna do?
for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
If I had a gun under the table, he would be dead.
Yeah.
Because clearly he had cards.
I mean, that was a joke. That was like a joke.
Now, $10,000, of course, goes to your charity. Let's start there.
That's not bad.
Yes, that's pretty darn good, considering that you've basically doubled your charity's money by advancing to the final table.
By just showing up and watching one person go out before. One bold person go out before.
But fortunately for you, you have a lot of work. You were very kind to join us here.
Phil's so disappointed. He had me in the pool.
Yes, he did.
I'm so sorry. Now I'm really upset.
And Kevin had me.
Yeah, see?
Kevin had me and Phil had you.
So we have 4 losers in the lounge. As we speak.
That's exactly right.
We've doubled our losers.
You have so much work to get back to. You have a 6 a.m. call-in stand for the West Wing tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to make it.
Well, that's good news. Let's go back to the table now and see if we can't make fun of the players as a threesome.
You guys weren't here for our game, but I'm trying to introduce a phrase. You guys can help out with this. You know, shuffle it up. You know, I'm trying to introduce the phrase, shuffle the f*** up. Robert, it's on you.
Shuffle up and deal.
Shuffle up.
Yeah, Robert Thompson, one of the best tournament directors in the world, is just a little bit too straight to take that bait.
Jack 5 suited for David Cross.
David calls.
Uh-oh, pocket aces for Paul Rudd.
Surprise, surprise, Paul Rudd with another great hand.
Oh, my.
And look at him trying to look disinterested here.
Should I? Shouldn't I?
He raises it to 2,000, but he's really trying to sell that bad hand.
I will tell you, this is very different than video poker.
Paul is in such the driver's seat.
Oh, yeah.
He can win this whole thing in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I just lost $400.
Nicole folds. David calls. 2 players. The flop is 6 of clubs, 9 of diamonds, deuce of clubs. David's first
Now,
ad.
David does not flop a pair, but he's going to lead at the pot, just like he did before on the previous hand.
Look at all your money.
He's just trying to hope to win it right there, but it's not going to work this time. Paul's got a great hand.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's betting into pocket aces.
5,000.
Paul's got a virtual lock here, 96% to win from here.
That is true. Somebody said you can't win if you don't play. Also, you can't lose if you don't play.
Touche. Touche.
David makes a great point, and will he follow his own advice?
What is this, the phrase corner over here? What do we got?
No pain, no gain, guys.
No pain, no gain. Nothing tastes as good as being thin feels. How about that one? That's the Weight Watchers slogan.
All right, I will say this. I realize, as I'm sure everybody at home does, I realize the mistake I made. I'm very well aware of it. I know what it is. Will not happen again. We'll all have a good laugh about it later. And with that, I fold.
David folds. Paul wins.
Because he's bluffing. He's bluffing, and I up, and I know where I up.
But if he's bluffing, how by definition could you up?
No, I know what I did. You guys know Phil and Kevin are having a field day in there, I'm sure. All right. I know what I did. I learned from my mistakes, and then maybe I should get some more of these free beers while I...
Wow. David really thought that Paul was bluffing.
He just missed the obvious tells, that's all.
See, the problem with making the finals is that I would have flown home 2 days ago, but instead, using my own money, I decided to give the casino away too much. I know for a fact, and I said this before that game, I do tend to stay in when I shouldn't. And I have a feeling that everybody knows that. Am I trying to play a little more cool? I don't know. We're going to see what the cards say. I don't want to reveal too much. I don't want to predict anything because, you know, you never know which way the wind's going to blow in your hand. I hope I get pocket aces on most of my hands.
It is America, and I can it's safely assumed that I've learned absolutely nothing about A, the game of poker, B, my competitors.
She says she's learned nothing, and yet 2 great players eliminated before her. She, with the least experience, remains at the table.
She's cuter than we are.
Sure. There's no question she's cuter.
A lot cuter, in fact.
You do the same thing every time. Except now. You're flirting with me now.
Now, Paul starts this hand with a huge chip lead. He really has to use the power of those chips and apply a lot of pressure to the other players.
And with ace-10 suited, it's going to be easy to do.
Yep.
What's it to him? He's rich.
King 7.
If you run me out of this game, the kitty cats are going to be pissed.
Not such a good hand for her to be calling with here.
And they're feral cats, too. They're not pets. You know what I'm saying? A call.
But she calls anyway.
Nicole
The cats, of course, she means her charity, Alley Cat Allies.
David folds, 2 players.
Ouch.
I'm allergic to cats.
I'm one of the few people I know who eats cats.
7 of clubs, Queen of diamonds, 9 of hearts.
Nicole has outflopped him. She has a pair of 7s. Now, Paul is a 70-30 underdog here.
All in.
All in.
Very good. Nicole has been playing very tight.
Yes.
Paul knows that she's been playing very tight.
But he also knows he can get it down to one-on-one.
Yeah, but it's not his obligation to bust her. It's his obligation not to double her up with a bad hand. And he has a bad hand. He has no pair. It's just, it'd be a horrible play to call here.
Right.
What do I owe? What's the...
It's 4,300 to call.
He's looking at his chips. What is he doing?
4,300 to me.
Still.
Sass talk.
Hey, comedian over here.
Sass talk.
How much to me?
4,300, sir.
4,300. All right, I know they're screaming at me back there. This is dumb, but what, you know, let's do it.
All right, Paul calls. Let's see.
This is a very, very bad call by Paul. There's no reason for him to call there.
Turn him over. For real?
For real.
I got to show everyone right now?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Nicole shows a king of spades and a 7 of diamonds. She has a pair of 7s. Paul has an ace of clubs and a 10 of clubs. Right now, Nicole has the best hand. Turn card.
4 spades on the turn helps no one, which is helpful to Nicole. 6 of hearts, it's over. Nicole wins.
And she's doubled up with one hand. She's doubled up to 15,000. She's a real force in this tournament now. And Paul has taken his 26,000 and turned it into 20.
But the danger with Paul is like when you have hands where you flop a straight.
Yeah.
You start to feel a little lucky.
Exactly.
He's done that twice now, right?
He played that hand way too fast. Way too fast.
I like poker. I like playing games. I like cards. That's all I got going for me. And a nice little outfit. That's all. And I look better in a skirt than any of the people out there. Yeah, I think so. David Cross might be a close second. I don't have any tricks up my sleeve. I don't have any sleeves. There's a lot of words people have thrown my way. I don't know how I did it before, and I have no idea how I would do it again. That's the benefit of being me going into this. I don't have a game. I don't have a plan. I have no particular skill. So really, I mean, I can go one way, someone can talk to me or not. It doesn't really matter. Because I'm not that good, they don't know what I'm going to do, because I don't know what I'm going to do. Hand to hand. I'm staying out. I don't know. We'll see.
Welcome back to the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. This championship game is starting to heat up. Let's check the chip count to see who's really cooking.
All right, Kevin. Paul is still our chip leader with 22,000. Nicole doubled up on that last hand to move into second place with 15,000. And David Cross is in third with 13,000. It's still anybody's game.
Nicole is first act.
I'm counting my kitty cat money. That's 5 more penises removed from male cats. Done. It's true. It's true. It's my charity is, I promise. That's what my charity is.
Wow, the orphans that I'm doing the charity for are going to be psyched about that. What? No more milk? Oh, but a cat didn't have his removed. That's all right. That's all right with me. I'm so cold and
New. Thank you.
Nicole folds.
Thank you.
What did Dr. Phil Gordon say?
David now thumbing through the booklet that Phil Gordon wrote.
If playing against Paul Rudd, where is it?
Now, this is just a short book of hints that I gave each of the players before the tournament started. Not a lot of them have a lot of tournament experience.
All right.
Jack King offsuit.
The book says raise.
And he did.
David raises to 800.
And it worked.
Paul folds. David wins the pot.
Thanks.
David is first to act.
Ace-king offsuit, otherwise known as Big Slick.
One of the best starting hands possible.
David raises to 800.
Pocket sixes for Paul Rudd.
Paul re-raises to 1,600.
Nicole's seen enough.
Nicole
Yeah,
folds.
she's not getting in the middle of that.
David calls.
9 of diamonds, ace of hearts, 8 of hearts, makes a pair of aces for David.
8 of hearts. Paul is first to
Paul's
act.
studying him.
David's got position.
If you have 3 hearts, you'd be stoked, huh? Because then you'd have a ace-high flush. We only have 2 cards. That's not possible. That's not possible.
Can you tell we've had 3 hours sleep between?
Yeah.
That must be it.
That's why I'm trying to drink. What happened to my beer?
Did I drink yours?
You did.
I'm checking. I'm gonna check.
And she took it. Oh my God. What have you been?
The sores heal within 4 or 5 days on medication. It's fine.
All right. Could I get another one of those?
Paul, did you ever do anything?
I checked.
Oh, you did. Okay, Paul checked.
We got bits to do, Paul. Just hold on.
Now notice Paul sitting forward in his chair.
800.
He's been sitting back in his chair when he's had strong
800.
hands.
Right.
Now he's sitting forward.
Paul's raising.
Then he raises. So it's a check and raise
Bluff,
move.
check, raise. You see that emphatic move when he put those purple chips in the pot? That is usually an indicator of weakness.
David calls. Turn is a
2 of clubs on the turn, helps no one.
Paul's first.
And there's another emphatic
Paul bets
bluff.
2,500.
He's continuing the bluff here.
And Nicole picked up on it and signaled somebody in the crowd.
David calls 2,500. The river is a 4 of hearts.
You're Paul here. You
Paul
tried to
first.
bluff before the flop. You
2
tried to
minutes
bluff
left
after
in
the
this
flop.
round.
You tried to bluff after the turn. It's time to give this hand up. Do the.
Oh, peace and contentment. Paul is just crazy with the bluff.
3,500.
Yeah, he put in a lot of chips on these
making
pocket
David
sixes.
think. Oh, he goes all in.
That's a very nice play.
What a
That
great
is
move.
a very nice play.
David re-raises all in for 3,800 more to Paul.
Even though it's only 3,800 more, he's got to know that he's beat here. He lays it down, but he bluffed 8,000 in this pot.
And, of course, that makes David cross the new chip leader, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Honest to God, I don't really have a strategy. I really don't. When people ask me about that, I feel like they think that's my strategy, is say I really don't. Well, I think you saw the first game. I mean, clearly you know my attitude, my approach. It's not, but that's not a strategy at all. That's me having fun and entertaining myself. This question has been asked a number of times, and I keep saying, like, I don't really have a strategy. I'm not wearing the robe as a strategy. I didn't wear the yarmulke as a strategy. It's just a joke. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. Bravo.
Shuffle up and deal. Paul is first to act. He folded.
Queen 6 to Nicole.
I'll raise to 12.
Nicole is raising to 1,200.
David Cross, of course, still wearing a bathrobe, and no one knows why.
He does look cute in it, though.
David calls.
4 of spades, 3 of clubs, 6 of clubs. They both have a pair of sixes.
Nicole is first.
But Nicole has a queen-high kicker.
Yep, and she's in a commanding position right now.
Sometimes when you look to your right, do you wish it was Shannon? I understand.
Nicole bets 600.
Del Shannon.
Right. Who wouldn't?
Now, David has a gut shot straight draw. He needs a 5 to make a straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
David raises to 1,200. Nicole calls. The turn is an
8 of hearts on the
No
turn.
help for either player.
No help.
I'll go 6 again.
Nicole bets 600.
Raise it 1,000.
David raises to 1,600.
I said that was the meekest I've ever said anything in the last 5 years. I'll raise 1,000.
And I'm going to go up 1,000.
And she raises
Nicole's
right back.
Raising to 2,600.
All right, Nicole.
It's $1,000 to me.
1,000.
That's what I said. That's street lingo for 1,000. All right.
David calls.
Six of
The river
spades.
is a
Oh, boy.
six
Now
of
they both have
spades.
trips. Nicole has the higher
I'll do 1,000.
kicker card and her
Nicole bets
queen.
1,000.
Right.
But David doesn't know that.
I'll raise 3.
David raises to 4,000.
This is going to get ugly before it gets pretty.
She's
Oh,
moving
yeah.
all in.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a very good play by
And
Nicole.
David is screwed because how does he lay down
Raises all in.
3 sixes?
She's doing the Willie Garson.
She looks like a scary mental patient right now.
Nicole raised 5,600 more and all in.
Can I get half of it back if I lose?
You surrender.
All right. What is it? What is it to me?
What is it to me? Yep, he's
I
stuck.
really, I'm not happy.
How do you lay down 3 sixes?
Well, he's not going to be happy. Nicole's going to win this hand. She's got 3 sixes with a queen and an 8 kicker. That's better than the 3 sixes with an 8-7 kicker.
David calls.
And here comes the bad news for David. And here's what's amazing. In 2 hands, the chip count lead has gone from Paul Rudd to David Cross, and now Nicole Sullivan.
With an 8,
She is the new chip
Nicole
leader.
Shows a 6 of hearts and a queen of hearts. She has 3 sixes.
Look at all those chips.
Wow, that was a huge pot.
She can't believe it.
For a bit more. It doesn't feel good, I know.
Yeah. I get it.
Cocktails.
Look who's decided to join the fray here in the lounge for non-winners.
I couldn't have been lamer. I could not have been lamer.
Both of us.
Now, you have to understand, Ben, Willie here wore the red shirt after being called friend of Satan so many times. He thought it would bring him luck.
Is that
He's
you?
the first one.
I didn't say, no, I was.
I was
he
the
was
one
very
saying it.
gracious.
Willie was the first one knocked out. On fairly bad play at the time.
Fairly bad
And, of
play.
course, my first thought was, Ben's watching the show saying, I lost to this guy.
That's what I was saying yesterday.
Right.
By the way,
Ace Queen, 9-2.
by the way, when Ben got knocked out, I lost all motivation to win the second round. That was my biggest problem.
Is that what you're blaming it on now?
I was
Yes.
ready. I really thought it looked good for me for a while, but no, you battled back yesterday.
I mean,
it was nice.
you
nice
know,
work.
the only ridiculous hand that we had was my 4-9.
4-9
With your queen 10. I mean, that was
to win.
that was totally ridiculous.
Ace Queen.
Ace queen. Yeah, I mean, that.
I have to say
David.
the heartbreaking one was Schwimmer's.
And the
defeat.
lounge grows. How are you, buddy?
Very good. How are you?
Were they kind enough to mic you? Can you literally join us?
No, but I
you
just
can
talk
talk.
to you. I'll just get cuddly with you.
All right, we're sitting here with David Schwimmer. Very exciting. Did you have any fun at the tables after you left the lounge?
Oh yeah, I'm up actually overall. So.
What did you play? What did you go play?
I've been playing blackjack.
Good man.
Yeah. Once
Why don't,
more.
I think we should
once more.
play like a little side cash
Get us
game with us.
a lot of chips and a few deck of cards,
Let's play
please.
a real poker game.
I'm so ready.
Yeah, we should do that.
I feel
All
like.
right, let's go to commercial. You can tell us what room you're in, and we'll all gather there and
I'm
play.
sure the Palms will give us one of their little poker tables.
Well, let's challenge them to do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Palms.
I want in.
Oh, no,
Come on,
Phil wants
if you like
in.
that 9-4 call, come on down.
All right. Okay, welcome back to the celebrity version of Queer Eye for the Straight Poker Player. It's time to go back to the table and check out the action for the remaining players as they vie for $100,000 for their favorite charity. Let's check it out.
Well, Kevin, the lead's been passed around like a hot potato the last few hands, but right now it belongs to Nicole Sullivan with $29,200. Paul Rudd is in second place with $12,000, and David Cross is in third with $8,800.
Nicole's first act.
Okay, let's see what Nicole Sullivan, chip leader, has to say. She says, no, thank you. David Cross, 4-5 offsuit.
David calls.
10-5 suited.
Raise.
Paul raises to 1,200. David calls.
David seems a little cranky after that bad beat.
The flop
2 of clubs,
is
ace of clubs,
deuce of
ace of
clubs,
diamonds.
ace of
Hello,
clubs,
aces.
ace of
And Paul's got a flush draw.
David is first.
And David
to
has
act.
an inside straight draw. He needs a 3 to make a straight.
Check.
If I were Paul, I'd bet here and try to pick
Check.
the pot right up
Paul
without having to
checks.
make my flush.
They both checked, though, and it
Turn
cost
is a
Paul
tray
because
of
David
hearts.
just made his straight with a 3 of
Yep.
hearts.
There was that miracle 3.
6.
David bets
David
600.
only bet 600.
Now, Paul can call 600. He does have a flush draw.
I'll call.
Paul calls. The
Not a
river
club,
is a
7 of spades.
David's
Now,
first
David
to
should make a
act.
bet that's sizable enough that he could get called by a bad hand.
Yeah, David's got the winning straight. But, of course, what amount could Paul possibly call?
Yeah, there's no amount that Paul can
David
call.
bet
David's going to win this pot.
1,300.
And Paul has kind of spewed off a lot of chips in the
Paul
last 3
folds.
hands.
David wins the pot. David is first to act.
David's looking at a
David
queen
folds.
5 offsuit. He passes. Queen 5 offsuit. The photo opposite of David's hand. But will he pass? Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
I like that
folds.
fold there.
Nicole wins
Yeah.
the pot.
And Nicole looks at 3-7, the worst hand, and takes the blinds.
Yeah, but, you know, it's tough for Paul to know exactly what she's got.
Oh, yeah.
Queen 5 is not a very playable hand.
They're tightening up their game, clearly, as an attempt to hang in there with the now awesome Nicole Sullivan.
Yep.
King 9 suited.
That's certainly a good enough hand to play right now.
And Paul looks like he's
gonna
coming
come in for a
nice
raise.
raise. Yeah.
Raises to 1,200.
I like that.
Nicole folds.
King 10 offsuit for David Cross, who calls.
David calls.
That's very playable as well.
Flop,
Flop
2
is
of spades,
deuce
3 of
of
hearts,
spades,
10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds.
And David Cross
David is
flopped a
first
pair
to
of
act.
10s.
David Cross, an insanely funny comedian, writer, performer, actor.
Wearing a bathrobe.
Now seeming oh so serious. You only need to get your butt kicked a couple of times in Texas Hold'em to sober up.
David bets 1,200.
Man, Paul just cannot believe how much his luck has changed
Well,
here.
the cards just have turned for him.
I don't like this turn that's happened.
Oh, Rudsy's finished.
Shuffle the up!
And deal.
Hey, seriously though, let's talk about the craft services for this.
You mean the nuts?
No, when
Take us
during my
through that?
game, and I was here for y'all's game, the you know, there's like nuts and like dirty dishwater and cat food for us, and then Affleck and Schwimmer get here, and all of a sudden there's like, oh, taquitos, and there's like Cape Cod chips and taro chips, and like, what the huh? Am I right?
I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm with you. There's 4 new kinds of cream cheeses. I had one choice. They get 8.
Yeah.
You know, it's, come on.
Bitterness is so beautiful when seen from afar. 5-2 offsuit,
Not a playable hand.
Nicole folds.
10-3 offsuit.
Also not playable, and Paul gets a very rare walk.
Paul hasn't won a hand in a while, and he's dancing and celebrating. Oh, this is tremendous action. And look now, Shannon Elizabeth has joined the Losers Lounge. Some of the folks from previous play rounds are coming back to share in the excitement. This is great.
Can you have them hold the camera there? I don't think I'm going to be able to concentrate on the action. while
Okay,
she's in
can
the
we
room.
give us just a moment so that Phil can focus on his real interest?
Okay, back we go.
I'm sorry, is there a poker game going on?
Yeah, just hang in there with me, buddy. David
folds.
passes. Paul looks at King 4 suited.
And he doesn't know if he's going to raise or call. Now, you have to put in the full amount of the raise. You can't put in some of the raise and expect that to count as a raise. So
I got to read that book again.
it's only a call.
You checked?
9-5 offsuit.
All right. Flop is 10 of diamonds, queen of diamonds, deuce of diamonds. Paul's first.
I will check.
Paul checked. Nicole checked. Turn is a jack of hearts. Paul's first.
They're all red.
Oh, check.
Paul checked. Nicole checked.
We got.
The river is a 10
Well,
of spades.
the 10 of spades comes on the river, giving Paul the higher kicker when his king.
Check.
Paul checked.
I'm making so many just mistakes.
She keeps telling me what my mistakes are.
Yeah.
He checks, and she needs to make a move
She
to get
really
rid of him.
should. She's got a huge chip lead right now. Put some pressure on him, make him throw that hand away, and take this pot away.
I don't know what to. I don't know what happened.
This is like a rich person deciding to pick up a penny or not. Should I pick up a penny or no? Wait, let me take 20 minutes to think if I should get this penny.
Did you do anything?
I checked.
All right, Nicole checked.
Yeah,
She shows a 9 of clubs and a 5
She really
of
missed an
spades.
opportunity to take this pot away from
And a
him.
4 of hearts. He wins with king high.
I didn't want to.
You were supposed to bet.
Oh, pair of
Extra
tens
money.
with
I
the
know.
king.
I didn't have anything.
No, I know you. I know. Well, I figured that. But
You would think that I would say that the celebrities would be harder to read because they're actors, but actually, having watched everybody play and myself, it's easier. You can tell.
Hi, you're watching Celebrity Poker Showdown on Bravo. I'm Richard Schiff. Enjoy.
Welcome back to the Palms in Las Vegas. More Celebrity Poker Showdown. We're here in the final round, of course. And as you see here in the lounge for non-winners, anything's possible. You never know who's going to drop by from the previous losers. Ben Affleck, Shannon Elizabeth, David Schwimmer. Dropping in, their play is over, and yet they can't stay away from the action.
They just love the game.
Yeah.
I mean, all the people that have played this week have been very excited to play poker. They want to play more.
Yeah.
They're talking, let's get a game going right here in the Losers Lounge.
They're hooked, and I trust you folks at home are as well. So let's get back to the table and follow the action as we shuffle up and deal.
Taking a look at the chip count, there's been very little movement since our last break. Nicole's still in the lead with 28,600. David's in second with 11,800. And after winning a small pot, Paul's in third place with 9,600.
I'm gonna wear that outfit if I win. That will be startling to see. Startling.
My money's on the girl.
Yeah.
Blinds up. David's the big blind. Paul's first to act.
Ace-6 offsuit for Paul Rudd.
Very playable hand on the button with only 3 players remaining. I think he should come in for a raise here.
12.
Paul raises to 1,200.
He does. Nicole, Jack-4 suited.
Raise.
Nicole is re-raising.
An extra 1,500.
Okay, Nicole is making it 2,700 total.
That's a nice size raise. I like that. I like that.
David folds.
Even though she doesn't have a good hand here, she can use the power of the big stack to apply pressure. If you're going to play this hand, you play it aggressively.
I'll raise.
Well, that looks like what Paul's doing.
Raising.
If Paul really believes he has the best hand now, I think he should move in, considering his stack size.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it needs to be at least 4,200. What is that, Charlie?
Charlie, come on, look alive.
4,000.
3,600. No, that's a tell right there. When you try to raise less than you're allowed to.
No, he doesn't know enough about it, so you can't take that into account.
No, but his instinct is to not raise that much.
Yeah.
Right there. Take him down.
Paul re-raised.
And Ben has accurately picked up on what I think is a classic tell.
I don't like handing him all this money.
Nicole calls. The flop is
6 of spades, Jack of diamonds, 10 of hearts gives a pair of jacks to Nicole.
And a pair of 6s for Paul, but Nicole is an 80% favorite to win this hand, and she leads out of the pot 2,500. Tough position for Paul.
Paul's just thinking he needs a nap.
Now, he still has a very good chance of winning this tournament if he can get away from this hand. Now, look at Nicole eyeing him while she drinks that beer. That is a tell. That is a sign of strength right there. She is looking at him to see if she's going to get called or not. She really wants to get called here. And I think maybe Paul saw that. He lays his hand down. That's another pot for Nicole Sullivan, and she adds to the chip lead.
Nicole is first to act.
Ace-king suited. Amazing.
Fantastic hand. She should come in for a raise here. Yep, she comes in for 1,500. I really like that amount, by the way.
5-10 suited for David Cross.
I see how this works for you. Okay.
David calls. Paul folds. The flop is four
clubs, jack of clubs, eight of clubs. That would be five clubs for David Cross.
And that is known as a flush. David Cross has flopped a flush. He can't be beat in this hand.
He checked.
And I like that check.
Beautiful
He's going to
play.
allow Nicole to put some money into the pot right here.
Beautiful
And
play.
she falls for it hook, line, and sinker. Look at her. 4,000.
Right in. Using his position to check and raise.
All in.
And he goes all in.
And he does the right thing here by moving in. What he's trying to protect against, he doesn't know that she doesn't have a higher club.
Oh, my.
He wants to get all his money in right now in case she has a higher club. Make her pay before that club comes off the deck.
Right.
Now, she can't call here.
Want to rub my nipple?
She called.
No.
Amazing.
I'm
We should
sorry.
remind the viewers that David's all in, but Nicole is not. She just called his bet and has plenty of chips left over.
She'll have 22,000 left of this hand, but the important thing, David Cross cannot lose this hand from here.
David shows a clubs and a five of clubs.
And with this doubling up here, he is going to take the chip lead right away from Nicole Sullivan.
She's drawing dead.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
This may be a defining moment in this tournament.
Four of spades doesn't matter. Nine of hearts doesn't matter.
No. He played her like a fiddle. David wins the pot, doubles up, and he takes the chip lead.
That was beautifully played.
Good sportsmanship on Nicole's part, complimenting David's play. I like that.
The lesson is try to focus, like really pay attention to what's going on. And also, you know what else? In addition to that, not overthink, like not try to overanalyze, like, he nodded his head. What does that mean? And she looked away, and try not to get wrapped up in that stuff. Don't know much about Nicole's game because I'm not particularly clear-headed.
Shuffle up and deal.
Yeah.
Apparently all the non-winners with hair have left the lounge. Maybe they've got a poker game started.
I will need another beer.
David is first act. Need cocktails.
First act, I need another beer.
David looks at a king four offsuit.
David calls.
Pair of sixes.
Raise.
And a raise from Paul
Paul's
Rudd.
raising to 1,600.
Jack seven.
Check or call.
Nicole calls.
No, she calls for...
Maybe she's on tilt from losing the chip lead.
Maybe.
On tilt, of course, expression used as saying a player is losing control. Ace of spades, six of clubs, 10 of diamonds is 3 sixes for this man.
Great news for Paul. He's got a great hand here.
Paul bets all in.
He goes all in. Perhaps a better move without the pause, without the drama.
Yeah.
See the ace, go all in, send a clear signal.
David, what do you got? I don't think I can tell you. I don't think I can. I think he's bluffing.
Not only is he not bluffing, but you can't even beat a bluff.
No.
Well, he's not bluffing, and his body language should tell you everything you need to know. Look at him. He's sitting back in his chair, trying to remain non-confrontational.
Phil!
I would love to see her screaming my name out like that.
Now, at some point, she turns it into a three-act play, and nobody cares.
Damn it, I know you're bluffing. I just don't know if I have... I don't know if I have what it takes. I'm gonna call him. I'm an idiot.
Oh, no. That's a dream scenario for Paul. He's got to love that.
If you raise me, I will sue you. I will sue you for damages.
I'll sue you for being an asshole. Wow.
Play. Come play. It's fun. It's fun. It seems like it's not fun right now. But then once you do that, it's really fun.
How could she want him to play? She has no hand.
Then play, because I'm not sure I can beat him. So play. Come on. Let's get in there. Let's get him out. Stop.
David folds.
Now, Nicole has almost no way to win. The only thing that could happen is that she could get a queen-king or a 9-8 for a straight.
What are the odds? Like 90% that Paul's going to win?
Paul's 96% to win.
She has 3 sixes.
When I said bluffing, let me back up. When I said I thought he was bluffing, I meant he had trips.
Turn is a queen of hearts.
Well, that gives Nicole a way outside chance of...
Well, she needs one of the 4 kings.
River is a king of
Oh,
clubs.
my goodness.
greatest suck out we've seen.
That's why the whole show is on the air. Paul Rudd's been eliminated.
You were robbed, dude. Robbed.
That was great.
You were robbed.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Holy, you were robbed. Oh, dude. You played that great. You had me. You had me. I thought you were bluffing.
That's how I won it last time. That was great, man. That's the way it goes. Nice job.
I have been playing poker a very long time, and I have never seen a more brutal suck out in my entire life.
All I can tell you is that 666 is Satan. Well. The long walk, dead man walking.
Paul, we've ordered you a cocktail. We all cannot believe what we just witnessed.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the way it goes.
She said, come on and join us, please. Have a seat. She said she thought you were bluffing, right?
Right.
As Phil pointed out.
Karmic justice for pulling the inside, the straight on your flop when I went in.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You know, you never
know.
Have a seat. Now, listen, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
She thought you were bluffing. She said that, right?
Right.
Phil points out, even if you thought he was bluffing, you had no hand to challenge even a bluff.
I know.
Literally nothing.
I know.
Bragging rights to say I knew you were bluffing and I'm going to go in to prove it. And then one of the greatest suckouts ever. Truly, that straight came up. And you
100 to 1.
Yeah.
100 to 1 odds. 100 to 1 odds.
And then he redid his calculations and realized it was only 50 to 1, but still, I think we've all witnessed something insane.
Look, I was on that crazy, you know, they had the chips. If I was going to try and get back in this, I think it took a big bet. I had to go all in.
Right.
And I made because literally, I made about 10 bad moves in a row.
But when you went all in, it was after the flop.
Yeah.
You had trip sixes.
Yeah. No, I knew you had to go all in.
Absolutely.
You had no choice. No choice whatsoever.
No
so
other move.
when you have no choice, you follow the rules, you follow the expert's advice.
Right.
And you get sucked out. There's nothing you can do but have a drink.
Or 6 or 7.
All right, let's order the first 5. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back with more action with the remaining 2 players, as hard as it is to believe.
Hey, it's Jay from Queer Eye. You're watching Celebrity Poker Showdown, and Queer Eye for the Straight Guys next.
Very exciting. Down to the final 2 players. One of you will win the lion's share of the Singular Wireless $250,000 prize pool, which means $100,000 will go to your favorite charity. That will be signified when you win the gold chip. All right, this is going to be great. Now, to really put the pressure on, because there's nowhere near enough on you yet, I'd like to introduce 2 of my favorite friends and see what they have for us.
Oh, boy.
Gentlemen, what the... Oh, my goodness. That's no hors d'oeuvre, my friends. That is what we call an entree. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll keep an eye on this. You guys keep an eye on that. Wait, what? Not good? All right. This is real, by the way. We should get a lovely shot. And this should put no pressure on you whatsoever. Because, you know, you'll be playing over here. This will be over here. Hi. Come get me.
I got to say something. I had Thanksgiving dinner with Ben Affleck and J-Lo.
This is what they...
This is what they serve. This is what they serve. That's true. That's true.
Well, you can serve it to your favorite charity.
Nice segue.
Thank you very
much. Nice segue. Good job.
I got that at Segway School. It was the first class. All right. Well, it's time to shuffle up and deal. Let's get it on.
And then there were 2. On the heels of that massive suck out, Nicole Sullivan is in the lead right now with 28,600. But David Cross is not far behind. He has 21,400.
The guy to beat. I think David Cross is going to be a good competitor. I think he's going to be tough. Oh boy, tough one to read. He's going to be tough. He's funny. He's going to get me laughing. He's going to distract me with his humor. I think he's sexy as hell. Don't let anyone kid you.
Nicole?
Yeah. Here's to you.
Chug it.
A great toast between the 2 finalists.
Nicole is way ahead here.
She is after that last one.
22. That's not a lot.
That buys a lot of Meow Mix, you know?
playing 4 and 800.
Am I bitter?
Blinds.
Now, Nicole needs to focus here. She just made a massive suck out. She has the chip lead. It's time to play good cards and play them well.
Ew, I just spit a little, I think. Sorry, bravo. It's life.
She looks at a 2-5 suited.
Now, I do not like this hand at all.
And she tosses it in.
Folds.
Okay.
David wins the pot.
Easy enough.
So it's going to be like this.
All the money's on the table.
Right.
What's the feelings right now?
They're scared.
Yes.
Yeah, neither of them expected to come this far. And both of them now realize that only one person stands between them and the $100,000 first place.
Right.
It's very terrifying.
You guys, seriously, from now on, you do not have to applaud the fold where you get $400. Don't save it, save it, save it. No, save it. That's my point. Let's make it count. You know what's funny though, or interesting? Not funny, but I guarantee you that Nicole and I are the last two people America thought would be here, or Bravo wanted to be here.
Well, David's proved to be the most entertaining, I think, of all the players. David's got 6-queen offsuit.
David calls. The action's on Nicole.
Isn't it always?
She's got pocket sixes.
All right, I'm gonna raise.
I like this raise here. Now, by limping on the button, David has announced that he has a weak hand.
You put it all in.
I like her trying to steal this pot right now without any more action.
I raise 4.
Nicole raises to 4,800.
That's a perfect amount. David be foolish to call here.
Folds. Nicole
and he throws it away, and she takes the pot with no conflict.
No bitterness, all of that, because Nicole's a very good player, and I think she lets people off the track. She knows what she's doing. But then also, just the charities, I got to go with David on this one.
With David.
I got to go David.
So you're a cat hater?
I hate cats.
I like the show cats. So if it was $100,000 to do a production,
well, that's another story, really.
Which reminds me, Paul, the charity you're playing for receives $12,500. Please tell us about it.
The charity is Project ALS. It's known more commonly as Lou Gehrig's disease. In a perfect world, next year, I will be back playing for a different charity because there will be no more ALS.
So here's to that.
Here.
Nicole is first to act.
Woo, pocket queens for Nicole.
Pocket queens for Nicole Sullivan.
2.
Nicole raises 2,000.
Is it enough? Yeah.
It is
Comes
enough.
out swinging.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Take the 400 back. There you go.
You know what? If you keep sass talking me like that.
16, right?
David calls.
King 6 offsuit for David. 7 of spades, 3 of spades, 4 of diamonds.
Now, Nicole still has her pocket queens, but David has a gut shot straight. He needs a 5 to make a straight.
Right.
And another 4 makes 8.
Nicole right now is 74% to win this hand.
And up a grand.
Nicole raises to 1,800.
I'd prefer to raise more, but at least she's raising.
Call.
David calls. The turn is a 6 of hearts.
Interesting.
Giving a pair to David doesn't help Nicole. It's helped her cause if it makes him think he has a chance.
Exactly.
David's first to act.
Sorry.
He may lose more money on this hand because now he has a pair.
Now I just have to giggle.
David bets 1,600.
Plus 16.
Nicole raises.
She's still not afraid. Now, this shows some real heart. There's a possible straight on the board, and she's still raising.
David calls. The river is
10 of spades. Now there's a flush possibility, but of course,
Nicole still has the best hand.
Checken Sie Deutsch.
David checked.
See, last time you checked, and then I did, and then you were like, ba-bow.
She should make a value bet here.
Don't believe I said ba-bow.
A value bet is an amount that you really think is the right amount to bet that you could get paid off by a lesser hand.
David calls.
well, in this case, it was 2,000 because she got paid off.
Yes, she did. And that was a very well played hand by Nicole. Wow, great play by Nicole.
Nicole wins the pot with a pair of queens.
Very good, Nicole. That's fantastic. She raised every single time when she needed to. She didn't give him a chance really to get a free card. That was fantastic.
Very impressive. I think we have to stop referring to her as the inexperienced Nicole.
She has fooled everyone.
I think we've all been hustled.
Welcome back to the Palms in Las Vegas for more of this championship edition of Celebrity Poker Showdown. We're down to 2 players, but only one of them can win $100,000 for their charity. Phil, who's closest?
Well, Kevin, Nicole's in the lead right now with $37,200, but David is still very much alive with $12,800.
I just realized that the entire show, the one thumb that's being, look at that nail.
I'm a guy. I don't give a shit. I can't tell what that deal with
Versus
the nail
that
is.
one. Look, can you tell the difference?
Whatever. No, it's a nail. That's just a girl thing. Guys are like, dude, she was so hot. I totally want to nail her. Then I saw her thumbnail. Like, whatever. Bye-bye. Oh. But thank you. Thank you very much.
It's just not a turn. Okay.
He said, she said, heads up, Nicole Sullivan, nail problems at all. It looks at an ace-2 suited.
Nail looks fine to me.
2,500.
Nicole raises to 2,500.
I like that raise. Put some pressure on the blind.
Folds,
there he
Nicole
goes.
wins the pot.
That's so good.
She's got the button. She takes advantage of the position, and he folds.
Man, she's really playing some good poker right now.
Most improved. She's picked up that trophy.
Most improved.
Yes.
I think that she is maybe the best actor of all of the actors.
Well, I was told by a little bird that she will play it a certain way. She plays, but she's not that at all.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
She knows, so she knows what's up.
All right, we're going to look at, pocket aces.
Now, a lot of people would slow play here, but I really like raising because David has shown the propensity to call a lot of hands before the flop. I think she should raise a modest amount here.
Of course, she doesn't know that he has 5-7 offsuit.
Raises to 2,500. David folds.
And suddenly David has tightened up before the flop, but she still won 800.
What did Phil say? All right.
I know. I'm confused now, too.
Wait, there's a playing against Nicole Sullivan.
He's going back to your booklet. Hopefully he'll see the page that says don't play your cards.
There is a
play
page
the
in
player.
there. Yeah.
David is first
Yeah,
act.
right.
2 minutes left in this round.
David looks at a queen-6 offsuit, thinking, contemplating. Nicole swiping at insects that no one else sees.
David calls.
Pair of jacks, also known as hooks, the resemblance to fish hooks.
She's thinking about cats.
She's meowing on the inside, is what's happening.
That's right.
Just one.
That's her inner monologue, is a lot of meowing.
That's not bitterness talking, by the way. That's booze.
No, it's out of love.
No, yeah.
Love for cats.
It's a
and
mixture
for Nicole.
of it's a mixture of bitterness and booze.
I'll take a glass of booze and bitterness.
Yeah, a B&B on the rocks. I call it.
This is what you call rudding it. As in Paul Rudd. I'm going to raise it.
Nicole's going to raise.
I'm going to raise it that much.
She's going to raise that much.
1,300.
Now she's raising 1,300. That's a nice size raise.
Nah, I'm not sure David can play that, huh?
Well, it's marginal for sure.
David
but he
folds,
folded, and
Nicole
she steals
wins the
another
pot.
pot from him. Wow.
I'm legitimately confused.
Nicole is first act.
Queen 8 suited for our current leader, Nicole Sullivan.
3.
Nicole raises to 3,000.
Jack deuce, not a good.
Well, he should not be calling here.
And yet,
David calls.
I think he's just tired of getting beat on.
Flop
ace of spades, queen of hearts, knight of diamonds. Nicole has flopped a pair of queens, and
she's a 96% favorite here, but David bets anyway. He's trying to steal this pot with a bet of 1,200.
I think I have to bet more than that if you're going to try to steal from this big chip leader.
Exactly. She senses the weakness.
Raises.
Nicole
Well, now he's got to go.
4,000.
He's got to lay this hand down. He's still got plenty of chips to make a big comeback.
All in?
Well, he surprises both of us. Wow. I guess he's saying, I've got the ace. You may have queens, but I've got the aces. And now Nicole has to seriously consider with only queens.
David raised 8,200 total.
This is a huge play by David. This is a stone-cold bluff.
She's not pausing. She's not even
She's got a lot of chips.
contemplating.
She calls him.
All right, Nicole's going to call. Let's see, both hands, please. Nicole shows a queen of diamonds and an 8 of diamonds.
Oh, David knows he's been caught bluffing.
Jack of diamonds and a deuce of spades.
Bad timing, like you said. He knows he's been caught bluffing.
She has the best hand right now. Let's see a card.
8 of clubs. Oh, he needs a 10. He can make a straight.
A 10 would give him a queen high straight.
Let's see. This could not. Maybe it's not over. Maybe he can hang tough. Let's take a look.
A king of spades.
Oh, it's over.
Big hand for
It's
Nicole.
over.
Sullivan has won the tournament. Oh my God.
$100,000 for Alley Cat Allies. There's your winner.
Fantastic. Oh my God. Let me get my hug in there. Congratulations, honey. Oh my goodness. We were talking backstage. Towards the end, your play was so impressive. You would raise on the blinds. You would keep whittling away at the money that he had. And it suddenly became apparent to us what an amazing hustle this entire event has been. You were a genius player when it started. You had us all thinking you were inexperienced. And I say God bless.
Thank you.
Congratulations. This gold chip that belongs to you now and only you, completely understandable. Your charity receives $100,000.
You understand, this is not a rich charity. This is just spay and neuter your cats. That's all I can say. I'm so excited for them. I'm really excited.
Oh, God bless.
Spay and neuter your cats, please. Oh my God.
Congratulations. You had them all fooled. David, your charity, of course.
Ben Affleck and J-Lo's wedding.
I was going to say breweries across the country, but all right. They receive $20,000.
Good.
Congratulations. Good. What is your charity?
National Gulf War Resource Center.
Okay, fantastic.
Gulf War veterans.
Gulf War veterans. Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. And this is all very exciting. And, of course, the Singular Wireless folks put up $250,000 prize pool. I got to say again, congratulations. And you have to feel fantastic. If there's anything you can tell us that you've learned, the folks at home, they saw your play.
He can't even look at me.
No, Phil was saying backstage, honestly, how much you improved, how much you learned clearly. The moves you were making at the end of this, compared to the beginning, insurmountable, by far most improved. But what do you take from this experience other than wanting to do it again?
Liquor helps.
Okay.
There's one thing the kids should know is that drink, because it makes you smarter.
That's important.
And that everyone here was a better poker player than me, and I ran into some good cards at the end. And it was very much, it's luck, whatever, it's luck. But it's awesome that all these people came to Vegas and played for these great charities, and that every single person walks away with money for their charities. It's awesome.
Yeah, here. On behalf of all the players and their wonderful charities, and my co-host Phil Gordon and myself, I want to thank everyone for joining us for the Celebrity Poker Showdown here from the Palms in Las Vegas. Thanks, of course, again to the folks at Singular Wireless. We'll see you next time.